when I was a kid, in 2002, we didn't have a television in our house, but we had one in our neighbor's place. So all my uncles, I used to live in a joint family, so we all used to go there to watch the game. So more than the game, it was a vibe that actually attracted me. So later on, I started, getting that football vibe in me. Then in 2006, I was like 11 years old. Then I started understanding the game more, and it was the time when Messi started playing World Cup, and then I noticed his skills and everything. Even before that, why it got attracted to me was because all the other people in my house, they were Brazil fans, so they all saw him as a very big challenge, or a dangerous person for their team. So I wanted to taunt them, which was the reason why I became a Messi fan, basically. I didn't have that much understanding of football, obviously. So later on, then, it, evolved with me. It, grew with me. Like, I started reading newspaper, especially the sports page. And I started following football. But later on, after this World Cup, we didn't have the, cable connection in our home. So I couldn't watch any live matches till I was in 10th standard. So it was the World Cup, 2010 World Cup, that I actually saw live. And by the time I had, the emotional attachment towards this football. So nobody in my class, they, supported Messi, or they were, fanatics about Messi or anything. So I was so adamant because I liked this player very much, the kind of behavior that he had in the ground, and, about things that I've read. And the one thing that, attracted me or influenced me a lot was his, growing time, the hormonal issue and everything that could easily, catch into my younger mind. So that was the one reason. So after that, during the Barcelona period, when he grew along with it, I felt very successful in front of them. That was the thing I had then, because I was a Messi fan. So it was a time for me to prove them that, see, my choice is not bad. He's like growing into a legend. He's growing into a best player in Barcelona. Like, I used to write poems about Messi. So it was like a very crazy, fanatic type of thing that was happening till 2009. I used to have heaps of cutouts and everything. I take pictures from everywhere, because the main thing was for me to read the articles, because I didn't have access to any live matches, or not even the recorded matches, repeated matches. I had to watch the highlights from school. During the break time, we used to go and get the access, and we used to watch it in YouTube. This is what we already did.
Actually following the game.
It was after 2010. Actually following in the sense watching it as a game was after the World Cup, during the World Cup. 2010 World Cup. First and foremost reason is that my father is a journalist. So what I see every time is that he gets to talk with all the important persons, very closer. So I thought that, if I have to talk to a person as a, in a privileged way, journalist would be the best choice. And also I had some writing skills, and I was always into languages. I love languages. So I, thought maybe I should use my writing in, sports. So because I didn't have the, opportunity to play football. And even if I had, I don't think I'll be a very good player, or I will do anything. So one main thing that I had to deal with was that I was, a Messi fan because of his looks, is what, normally people would say. And the second thing was like boys, normally they play this game and I don't play this game. So you don't have a better understanding. You just, say whatever someone is telling you. You don't understand the game. You are not in a position to, speak about football. Is something else that I always heard. And the third thing, that when I grew up, even now sometimes it happens, when I talk about football, when I talk about the tactical analysis and things like that, it's just that even if it's true, even if they agree with it, they tend to, say the opposite. It actually is visible, but it happens. After the 2010 World Cup, I said that I was emotionally attached to the game, so I wanted to, know what Messi had to say. Even if I found out what he, said in the interviews and stuffs in the written thing, this language barrier actually, I felt that I'm not able to connect with him in a better way. I'm not able to, understand his, thinking or whatever he's saying. So I started learning it, by, surfing internet, by YouTube and stuff, but it was not, possible, because it's an entirely different language. We are not exposed to Spanish at all. Was it English? It was easier, but with Spanish, it was impossible. So I started, looking for opportunities or, any place where I could learn Spanish. Then I found this course in JNU where you get, BA, MA integrated course in Spanish language. And I also wanted to do it in a, cheaper way, because I didn't want my parents to spend a lot of money on my, crazy dream or something like that. And they were never, ready to accept that I'm going to do this course because I want to interview Messi or talk to Messi or understand Messi. That was the craziest thing I could say to my parents. So what I told them was, see, I'm going to do this thing. I'll go back to journalism, or I'll go get a civil service exam. I'll crack a civil service exam and I'll become a foreign service officer. And my mother was like very happy with that, and she was like, yeah, this is a very good career choice, you should go for it. My father was like, yeah, you also said that you might go for journalism. I'm a journalist. I mean, I don't entertain you to become a journalist, but you do Spanish and you'll end up in a foreign service. I'm happy with it. So this was the thing that I fed them. But ultimately, after 2 years, after I was in JNU, they got it. I mean, it's not that I'm not going to write any civil service examination. And after my 12th also, in my 12th, I was in science stream. So I did not write any entrances, neither for engineering nor for medicine. I didn't apply to any of the colleges in my hometown. I only applied to JNU, so I was at stake. Right? I mean, if I don't get through it, I have a year gap. So I was like kind of in a risky position, and my percentage was not very good that I could get into Delhi University also. So I was kind of struggling there, but thankfully I got it in this course. So yeah, this World Cup came with many surprises, and it's against all predictions, because you can see Morocco is in the semi-finals. And who knows, they might play the finals as well. So, and also like there are so many other different factors, and we are in Qatar, an Arab country is hosting the World Cup, and also about the legendary players, they're going to retire after this World Cup. So it comes as a pack. It's like I think we never had this kind of a World Cup after 2006 World Cup, after Zidane and all. This is for the first time that we are having such a pack. As a fan or as a journalist, when you look at it, what I can say is that they are improving every match by match. So, and the latest match they played, the semi-finals, it was like incredible. They surprised everyone, because it was like an easy match. It was not an easy match, but they made it. Yeah, it was not supposed to be an easy match, but they made it an easy match, and they showed that they are capable of playing in that way as well. I mean, the way they broke the defense, it was like incredible. Yeah.
What do you feel about this? Is the last World Cup? Messi have said it again, and he has confirmed it. This is going to be his last World Cup. He's 35 years old. Although he's going to play other matches in club level and the next Copa America maybe, but this is his last World Cup, and this is like the greatest sporting event, and it is going to happen somewhere very close to you.
Yeah.
What is that feeling?
First and foremost, the reason that I'm here is because of that Messi is gonna play his last World Cup. So I want to be near the area. I don't know, I still don't know whether I'll be able to get into the finals, but I want to get into the finals. And about him playing the last World Cup, what I have to say is he has reached the finals. I mean, in 2014 also we were there in the finals, but we lost it. But now we are there, and I can see that they're giving their everything and playing. So I'm sure that they're gonna win the World Cup. But even if they don't win it, I mean, I don't know, they should win the World Cup. But winning the World Cup and then, ending his career, or in like, not career, ending his World Cup journey here will be the best thing that he can do.
You have learned Spanish for Messi, so
yeah.
Do you still have questions for Messi, or do you want to tell something to Messi?
I have so many questions to ask Messi, but it all depends upon the time that I'm going to meet him. For example, if I'm going to meet him now, I have so many questions about the previous match and the upcoming match, plus many other questions that are stacked up from years. But like if I'm seeing in a later stage, if I'll get to see him after the finals, then it's a different scenario. So it's always it will be an emotional perspective, obviously. But I have so many questions. I have to.
Do you have something rehearsed for, like, in the moment you meet him?
No, nothing. I didn't rehearse anything. I didn't pre-plan anything. Nothing. I think it should come naturally.
how long have been this dream on?
I wanted to I don't exactly remember when I want to interview Messi, but I want to understand him since 2010. And earlier I used to say I want to talk to him, but I'm pretty sure I said this to my classmates in school. They still taunt me. They used to taunt me. So yeah, I want.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're almost there to meet him?
You cannot say that because Messi is a person who rarely gives interviews. So